హలో ఆల్. నేను మీ రచనా శృంగవరపు. వెల్కమ్ టు ఫెడరల్ తెలంగాణ. ఈ రోజు ఫెడరల్ తెలంగాణతో ఇద్దరు స్పెషల్ గెస్ట్‌లు ఉన్నారు. అంజలి పవార్ అలాగే అరుణ్ డోలే గారు. వీరిద్దరూ చేసినటువంటి టాస్క్ చాలా ఎక్స్‌క్లూజివ్ అండ్ చాలా కొద్ది మంది మాత్రం చేసేది. అన్ అరుణ్ గారి గురించి ముందు మాట్లాడుకుందాం. అరుణ్ గారు, అంజలి పవార్ గారు వచ్చేసి అడ్వకేటు. అరుణ్ గారు వచ్చేసి అగైన్స్ట్ చైల్డ్ ట్రాఫికింగ్ అనే ఎన్‌జీఓని స్థాపించారు. స్వయంగా బయోలాజికల్ పేరెంట్స్ నుంచి చిన్నప్పుడే విడిపోయి ఇల్లీగల్ అడాప్షన్ ద్వారా అబ్రాడ్ కంట్రీస్‌కి జర్మనీయో, ఆస్ట్రేలియా, నెదర్లాండ్స్‌కి పంపబడే పిల్లల్ని తర్వాత వాళ్ళ రూట్స్ కనుక్కోవడానికి వాళ్ళ పేరెంట్స్‌తో రీజాయిన్ చేస్తున్నారు బయోలాజికల్ పేరెంట్స్‌తో. అరుణ్ స్వయంగా 2 మంత్స్ ఓల్డ్ బేబీగా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎప్పుడైతే తను మదర్ వదిలేయడము ఇలా ఎప్పుడైతే వేరే కంట్రీలో పెరగాల్సొచ్చిందో, తను కష్టపడి తన పేరెంట్స్‌ని కనుక్కోవడానికి ఫైనాన్షియల్ కన్సల్టెంట్‌గా పనిచేసిన తను ఫైట్ చేసి సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ వరకు వెళ్లి, మొత్తానికి ఫైనల్‌గా వాళ్ళ మదర్‌ని కలిసారు. సో, ఆ ప్రాసెస్‌లో అంజలి పవార్ గారు కూడా అడ్వొకేట్ అయ్యుండి అరుణ్ గారి జర్నీతో తోడుగా ఉన్నారు. రీసెంట్‌గా తెలంగాణకి చెందిన సంధ్యారాణి అనే మహిళని తెలంగాణ పేరెంట్స్‌కి పుట్టిన సంధ్యారాణి అనే అమ్మాయిని కూడా ఆమె బయోలాజికల్ పేరెంట్స్‌తో కలిపారు. ఇదంతా సింపుల్ గాదు. ఫైనాన్షియల్‌గా వాళ్ళే ఇండిపెండెంట్‌గా ఓన్ ఇనిషియేటివ్ తీసుకొని ఇంత పెద్ద మిషన్ సాధిస్తూ ఉన్నారు. సో, దీని డీటెయిల్స్ గురించి వారిద్దరితో మాట్లాడతాం. కాకపోతే ఇద్దరు తెలుగులో మాట్లాడలేరు, ఇంగ్లీష్‌లో మాట్లాడతారు. సో, మన వీక్షకుల కోసం నేను దాన్ని తెలుగులో సమ్మరైజ్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే. ఫస్ట్ లెట్స్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ యూ అరుణ్. The thing is how it started all against child trafficking and all. How it started? It started with your own initiative, right? Please elaborate on that history and development.
Yeah, there are basically two sides of the against child trafficking. I started to work in this field because I wanted to find my own mother. And I thought that's very easy. You know, I just go for 6 weeks to India and I convince all the people that there is no issue. I don't want to harm my mother or anything. So then it will be easy to meet her. So, but it took actually 9 years or actually 17 years in total to actually trace her. So that's how I started and how I started coming and traveling to India and trying to find out what is behind the facade of adoptions. And then I got connected to women human rights activists in Andhra Pradesh. At the time it was Andhra Pradesh. And I figured out that there was a lot of child trafficking for adoption. So this is how I started understanding, coming from the West, coming back to India, started to understand.
Where are you from, Arun? At present.
Right now I'm sitting in Pune, but I'm originally from Pune and then grew up in Germany.
Yeah, because your accent had both, that's why.
Yeah, so. It's German. I'm only looking Indian. I'm proper German. So basically, that's how I found out that this is child trafficking, and I started to work on a case of a mother from Hyderabad, and basically I started working on the adoptee case, trying to trace a mother back in Hyderabad with friends in Hyderabad, and we traced the mother back and it turned out to be a stolen child. And it is not illegal adoption as such. It is actually the legal adoption. It happened under the cover or happened within the legal adoption. These adoptions are legal. So the court in India has agreed to it. The court in Germany have agreed to it and all that. It may be based on fraud, but it is legal. It is not just, okay. It is in the system. And then I started finding out cases of parents, actually. I started helping parents whose children were kidnapped and sent to the Netherlands, to Australia, and to the United States. So that's how we started actually.
Is it not illegal? Is it not illegal? The kidnapping and taking and all this is not illegal. Before you said it's legal, that's an aspect. Are you looking into joining these backgrounds as well, considering that illegal background?
No, I mean, basically it is legal. See, of course, there were crimes involved, but then it is legalized. So we call it legalized child trafficking because the courts actually have agreed to it. And it is legal. So okay. That's how I started working on these issues, helping those parents. And then there was an orphanage in Pune where Anjali and me also met. That's where in 2006 we exposed that there were trafficking children and sending children all across the world under the guise of legal adoptions or legal adoptions. But okay. Of course there were criminal activities involved, which criminal is illegal. But okay. Then later on, I joined up with an EU civil servant in the Netherlands, She was in Brussels. She was working for the European Commission, and she has been trying to stop this child trafficking from Romania. Not she alone, but the European Union, actually. So she was just a civil servant in that. So basically, this is how she explained me then the policy issues about what is child trafficking and why it happens. And then I started understanding it after many years. So this is, and then we started Against Child Trafficking in 2007, 2008. And that is how Against Child Trafficking was started. And our goal was to stop child trafficking, not only the illegal child trafficking, but also the legalized child trafficking. And we actually have managed it, because basically, globally, inter-country adoptions are down 95%. And only India is now number one exporting country. But the numbers are also small. Let's be clear. It is number one because the other countries brought the numbers to zero. So India is now number one exporting country. So that is basically what Against Child Trafficking is. We've been fighting this, but at the same time, because I was adopted myself and I understand the need to trace back your family, your mother or siblings or uncles and aunts, we started Adoptee Rights Council, which is registered in India, and we actually assist adult adoptees, victims of child trafficking in most cases, in some form or the other, tracing back their families. And this is very difficult.
ఓకే. థ్యాంక్ యూ అరుణ్. సో అరుణ్ చెప్తుంది ఏంటంటే, నేను ముందే చెప్పాను, తను స్వయంగా తన మదర్‌ని వెతకాలన్న ప్రయత్నంలో, తెలుసుకోవాలన్న ప్రయత్నం. చాలా సింపుల్ అనుకున్నారు, కానీ చాలా 17 ఇయర్స్ పట్టింది. దాని తర్వాత ఇప్పటికి కూడా ఈ చైల్డ్ ట్రాఫికింగ్ అనేది ఒక క్రైమ్ ద్వారా జరుగుతుంది. అది లీగలైజ్డ్ గానే ఉంది మిగిలిన నేషన్‌లో. ఇండియా ఇందులో టాప్‌లో ఉంది. టాప్‌లో ఉండడానికి కారణం మనం ఎక్కువ మందిని ఎక్స్‌పోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నామని కాదు. మిగిలిన కంట్రీస్ ఆ మాత్రం కూడా నంబర్స్‌లో లేకపోవడం. సో ఇది చాలా టైం పడుతుంది. ఆల్‌మోస్ట్ ఆల్ యూరోపియన్ యూనియన్‌లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక వ్యక్తి ద్వారా తను ఇందులో ఉన్నటువంటి పాలిసీ మేకింగ్ ఇవన్నీ తెలుసుకున్న తర్వాత ఎన్‌జీఓని స్టార్ట్ చేయడం, ఇదంతా చేయడం, ఈ ప్రాసెస్ గురించి చెప్పారు. సో ఇప్పుడు అంజలి పవార్ గారిని అడిగి ఇందులో ఉన్నటువంటి లీగల్ డిఫికల్టీస్ గురించి చెప్పుకుందాం. ఓకే. Coming back to Anjali, please tell on the difficulties involved in the legalities, because nothing goes very simple in the legal issues. It takes years and years of time. So, then whatever the cases, they come to you in finding their parents. Are they I mean, are they having that enthusiasm to wait that time, and how it happened, as far as legal angle is concerned?
Actually, as Arun explained, that many of these cases were illegally sourced the children and sent in adoption legal way. So, as you said, the first crime happened, and that crime was suppressed and showed these children as orphan children. So, we said that, how you say, these orphanages are making these children orphan even though they are having families. So man-made orphans.
Okay, these are not adapted by any families or anybody? Are these not
No,
adapted?
it's not like that time. Listen, in Indian adoption, fee is little. Foreigners are giving really huge. And also that time they were assisting all these adoption agency for different projects. So on the name of different projects, these adoption agencies were getting money, whatever they want. And then against that, they were getting, these foreign adoption agencies were getting children. And also money for the children they were paying, and plus different projects. So these were all business.
Projects like?
Projects like a sponsorship project, or I'm running some institution, another institutions, or I'm running community-based some projects. So I'm assisting some families and this and that. That kind of projects, they were getting money. And then they were sending children to abroad. So this is what, even though children were illegally sourced or kidnapped or given false promise to parents, and it's a crime, base is crime. But high courts and family courts never saw how these children exactly landed up with the institution. They are not cross-checking anything. Whatever papers adoption agency is showing, and scrutiny agency, which each state is having, ICCW, ICSW, both two different kind of, and each state is having that institution, scrutiny agency. And scrutiny agency were also only seeing papers. They were not allowed to check if child really is orphan, if child is really relinquished, or child is really illegally sourced, or means how their child is sourced. They were not able to cross check. Whatever papers come to them, they are going to observe it and they are going to notes to court that okay, we find this child is okay, or we are not finding out how that child ended up there. But court is not looking into those things. Paper comes, they put stamp and allowed the children to remove from their jurisdiction. Even all these children till JJ Act was in force is not adopted. They were sent under guardianship and wards act. So they
So
were adopted
whoever,
in those countries.
Anjali, sorry to interrupt. So far as you have rejoined 40 adoptees or so, are all these orphans actually? You have rejoined 40 adopted families.
Like in Sandhya's case, Sandhya is not orphan child. Somewhere her father is there, and we don't know if mother is alive or not. Father said mother died. So
Okay.
for if we take Sandhya's case, she's not orphan child. Actually, when Sandhya landed up with that institution should have made police complaint and asked police to investigate and find out that man. This is happened, we don't know because papers are not there. Only they followed procedure. They took guardianship of Sandhya from court and then placed Sandhya in adoption to foreign country. That is the procedure they followed. But I never saw any police FIR registered in their document. I never saw any police investigation report in that.
Okay.
So
Thank
Sandhya
you.
was not orphan child. Even Arun was talking about that case. It's all over in media. Fatima, the mother, whose child was removed from Tender Love Care Organization and sent to abroad. So she was also this child was also not orphan. Even Fatima went back with the money. That okay, Caesar, you ask for 10,000. I'm having 5,000. Give me my child back and take this money. Even that time also they were threatened with the police and not handed over child back to her. So they made orphan. The children made orphan. They are not orphan. Not all children are orphan.
ఓకే. థాంక్ యూ అంజలి. సో, ఓవరాల్‌గా అంజలి చెప్పేదేంటంటే, ఇక్కడ ఎవరైతే పిల్లల్ని దత్తత తీసుకుంటామో, వాళ్ళకేదో మంచిగా చేస్తామని తల్లిదండ్రుల్ని కన్విన్స్ చేసి, తర్వాత వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తున్నారో కూడా తెలియట్లేదు. అడాప్షన్ ఏజెన్సీస్ వాళ్ళు తీసుకోవడం, డిఫరెంట్ డిఫరెంట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కోసం వాడుకోవడం. ఎందుకంటే, ఈ పిల్లలకివ్వడానికి కొంత మనీ వస్తుంది. వాళ్ళ కేర్ తీసుకోవడానికి అవేమీ పట్టించుకోవట్లేదు. పోనీ ఈ పిల్లల్ని ట్రేస్ ఔట్ చేద్దామనుకున్న, తర్వాత బ్యాకప్ చేద్దామన్నా సరే, ఇక్కడ ఏజెన్సీస్ ఏవి కూడా ఫాలో అప్ అవ్వట్లేదు. ఏదన్నా డిస్క్రిపెన్సీస్ వచ్చినా సరే, ఒక పోలీస్ రిపోర్ట్ గాని, ఇన్వెస్టిగేషన్ గాని ఏది కనపట్లేదు. ఒకవేళ డీటెయిల్స్ మిగితే మిస్డ్ డీటెయిల్స్ అనడం, జ్యూరిస్డిక్షన్స్ నుంచి తీసేయడం. ఇటువంటివే జరుగుతున్నాయి తప్ప, ఎవరినైతే ఇక్కడ తీసుకెళ్ళి అక్కడ అడాప్షన్‌కి ఇచ్చి వాళ్ళకి మంచి జీవితం ఇస్తామని ప్రామిసులు చేస్తున్నారో, అట్లాంటి ప్రామిసెస్ ఫుల్‌ఫిల్ చేసుకున్నటువంటి సందర్భం అయితే లేదు ఇప్పటి వరకు అని చెప్పి అంజలి గారు తాము చూసిన కేసెస్ బట్టి చెప్పారు. దానికి ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్‌గా ఫాతిమాది, సంధ్యాది కూడా చెప్పారు. ఆ వివరాలు కూడా తెలుసుకుందాం. సో, నౌ లెట్స్ గెట్ బ్యాక్ టు అరుణ్. Please explain on this case of the Sandhya Rani. What are the efforts you have put into and how much time it had taken and how she is able to find you first? Please unmute your
I mean,
mic.
first of all, we did not solve Sandhya's case. Sandhya's case is very difficult. I mean, it's not only our efforts; it's also her efforts. So she has obviously spoken to the agency in Sweden. She was adopted to Sweden. The agency could not have; they didn't have paperwork, which is very weird. So they didn't have the complete and all paperwork. Then she traveled, I think in 2009, no? Something like that.
Yeah,
She
first
said.
time she
She
traveled
traveled-
to India.
Yeah, she traveled 2009 to India with a friend and trying to trace and trying to find out more. She came again, tried alone, tried to find out more. And this family of her who had given her to this family who had given her to the orphanage, they kind of wanted to make her feel good. So they said, okay, this woman, Anusaya, is the mother, which was only the second wife of her father. So, and she had already passed away, and she was confused. So this is when I think 2019, no, 19.
2019 we entered
2000
into her case.
Yeah, 2019 we started working on her case, and that is when Anjali actually went with Sandhya to meet the family and talk about things, and we figured out that it cannot be true, and we took a DNA sample, and obviously it is not a biological relation. This is only the step family, so there is no genetic relation. other than that the father of Sandhya, the probable father of Sandhya, has married the sister of Ramaya.
Her
So
mother, right?
this the huge efforts. And now we came, how many days we were? We were like 5, almost a week. No?
7
We
days.
were a week.
Yeah.
We were a week. Huh?
7 days
week
we were there.
in 7 days we were in Hyderabad, and thank you also to all the media. The media has really, amplified her story, but so far we have not received any information which would give some more clues on
What is
from
Sandhya?
where.
Where is Sandhya? She went back to Sweden or she is here?
No, she went back to. She's actually living in the United Kingdom. She moved many years back. She moved from Sweden to the United Kingdom. She's back in London.
The thing is here, her mother died, right? Then whom she can again trace back, because her father is there and his
No, but
stepmother is there.
first of all, we don't know. First of all, we
Okay.
don't know whether the mother died. Her father said the mother died, but obviously he has deserted the woman or taken the baby. We don't know what happened, and he deserted also his second wife within 3 months. So
Is it possible
we
for you to
don't know.
check
We
whether
don't
she is
know.
dead or alive? Yeah, I think. Is her mother alive or dead? Is
We
it
don't
We
possible?
know.
don't know. Because
They-
when they married, that time she was around 2.5. That's meant for these 2.5 years, somebody must have taken care of her. This man was working in Hyderabad in Paras Bar and Restaurant. He was a bill
Okay.
waiter there, and that's how K. Ramaiah and he met. Because they were from the same community, their friendship became strong. And then he told him that he's widower and he's looking for a girl to get married. So
Okay.
Ramaya's sister-in-law was also divorced. So then he suggested her and he made sure that they both will get married. That time he told that he is having one child. But he told only that. They are not cross-checked completely. They only knowing that this B. Rajkumar, the father of Sandhya, is from Varangal and from Padmachali community. That's the only information they were having. And they married them, and then he came with the child and then started staying with Anusaya, the this sister-in-law of K. Ramaiah. So that
Okay.
means for this 2.5 years, this child was somewhere. Somebody must have raising. The child's
So
name is not
Sandhya is
changed.
2.5 years old when her mother is married to this particular Ansayar also, right?
Sandhya's father married to this Anusaya.
Right. Sandhya's father married her. Okay. So finally, Sandhya's case is not yet successful. We are unable to get more accurate
That's why
details.
we took media's help to find out that if anybody knows from Padmashali community, this B. Rajkumar from Varangal, or if B. Rajkumar himself is seeing news, or the family who took care of Sandhya for 2.5 years, and her name is not changed. Sandhya Rani is from the beginning, and it's still she's carrying that name. So I cross-checked with K. Ramaiah what was her name before. So he said when she came that time, since that time she is Sandhya Rani only. So
Okay.
that
There
means
is
her
no
name
change
is
in the
not
name.
changed, nothing. So somebody must be knowing that this Sandhya Rani and Sandhya Rani's mother and mother side family. And also K. Ramaiah told me that this B. Rajkumar said that he is having one more sister, but they are not on talking terms. So the sister, means Sandhya's aunt side family, must be there. Somebody must be knowing him and will come forward. That's why with this time we took media's help, and all over media really helped us to spread this news. So we are happy with that. So we are waiting. So many phone calls we are receiving. Everybody is blessing Sandhya that, and also wishing that she will meet her family. But only one phone call which I received, where this lady was saying, "Oh, I know this K. Ramaiah." So he was
Okay.
working here and there. So like that, because this lady said, okay, I know K. Ramaiah, lastly where he was staying, I know, I can help you with that. Then I told that lady that, okay, I found out K. Ramaiah, we are looking for B. Rajkumar. So like that, somebody must be knowing these people, and they will come forward with that, and then we can trace her father. And whoever will come forward, we will do DNA test and find out if that is real family or not.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అంజలి. ఓవరాల్‌గా
Yes.
చెప్పాలంటే తెలంగాణలో ఉన్న సంధ్యారాణి కేసు ఇంకా ఫుల్‌గా అయితే సాల్వ్ అవ్వలేదు. ఎందుకంటే ఎవరైతే స్టెప్ ఫాదర్ ఉన్నారో తప్ప పేరెంట్స్ కూడా అతను అబద్ధం చెప్పాడో, నిజం చెప్పాడా అతను అన్నది ఒక కన్ఫర్మేషన్‌కి రాలేదు కాబట్టి ఇంకా క్రాస్ చెకింగ్స్ జరుగుతూ ఉన్నాయి. ఆ టైంలో మీడియా హెల్ప్ తీసుకున్నారు. ఎంతోమంది కాల్స్ చేస్తున్నారు. సో, ఫైనల్‌గా తన పేరెంట్స్‌ని తెలుసుకుంటే ఆ టైంలో ఉన్న వ్యక్తి తిను 2 ½ ఇయర్స్ పెరిగిన క్రమంలో తను పెంచిన వ్యక్తి గురించయితే తెలియాలి. ఆ ఫ్యామిలీ సైడ్ వస్తేనే తెలుస్తాయి. సో, ఇయర్స్ అండ్ ఇయర్స్ వీళ్ళు ఫైట్ చేస్తూనే ఉన్నారు. 17 ఇయర్స్, 10 ఇయర్స్ అలా. సో, సంధ్యారాణి కేస్ కూడా త్వరలో క్రాక్ అవుతుంది. బట్ ఇట్ టేక్స్ సమ్ టైమ్. సో, లెట్స్ కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు అరుణ్. Of all the 40 adoptees whom you have rejoined with their families, what is the difficult case and which you'll remember? And it had taken more efforts and all.
All the cases are difficult, and we actually, I mean, all the cases are difficult because basically the authorities are not cooperative, and many of
Which
the
is
cases, whether it is CARA, the Central Adoption Resource Authority, State Adoption Resource Authority, the orphanages are not cooperative, and then the addresses are old, right? And the biggest challenge is first of all to get access to the files. The question is, are they still existing? Often they still exist, but they are not sharing. They're lying all over, no files are there. So that is the first big difficulty, is to get access to the file. The second difficulty is that many of the mothers were unmarried mothers, so-called unmarried mothers. So we have to search discreetly, and we have to convince the mothers properly that we will not disturb their lives. And to get through that, it is really, really difficult. In each and every case. It is not the people think you go to the imagination is you go to the orphanage, you get the
Yeah,
name
we
and
see
address.
in movies actually. We seen after a long time how parents receive and all happy vibes and all, but that doesn't happen here. True.
No, but the parents will be happy. The mothers are happy to meet their child,
with
but
their children.
I mean, are there any parents willing to accept them as children socially, in social life?
no, my mother, for example, she accepted me. So she told my half siblings, and she had actually told her husband before marriage that she had a child before that. So that is open. It depends on the circumstances. Basically, it's a women's rights issue.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, so it's a women's rights issue, and women mothers do not have that much say when they after marriage.
When
So
they are
it
into a
depends on
marriage and
them.
all, it
We
could
leave it
create
up to
problems.
Yeah,
them.
but within the family, things knows other relatives is also accepting. When mother cannot meet, other relatives are opening their arms to receive their child. So it's not like that they are completely how you say neglected or
Not
abandoned.
neglected, accepting them socially because most of the children are happen to be before marriage. So is
Hmm.
after having a marriage and having their own kids in that marriage relation, is that acceptable to them? So in private, being happy and accepting the
Socially,
children
it's
and
not
also,
accepted. Socially, it's
yeah.
not accepted, but mothers are keep meeting their children discreetly, and that is only two cases were rare
Private.
cases. But in that
Mm.
cases also, the mother accepted child, met her. Even mother went to Sweden also to see her
Okay.
child's place and everything. And
Wow.
it's not like that completely said no. It's their
Mm.
children who came out of love, and it was difficult, and it's always woman is make responsible for that because they are bearing the child, and men is always washing off their hands and not accepting anything. So it's not like that. The mothers are always wanted to know, and they were not given. Whomever I met, now it's around 86 cases. No, yesterday's what
Yeah.
another reunion where we reunited families with their family. Yesterday only we did one more reunion, but this is not like that they really don't want. They always ask these adoption agencies, okay, I want now. Everybody knows about this situation. No one is going to get married to me, or I will be get married to somebody who is really alcoholic and poor, and then my life will be in more vulnerable situation. So better give me some job, I will take care of my child, and I'll live here. But no mother gave that alternative. They were asked, okay, if you wanted to have your child, just go away from our institution. And if you keep that child, your siblings are not going to get married. Your parents are going to commit suicide. Your sisters are
Social.
also going to commit suicide. And so much pressure on these unmarried mothers that they are not having any choice, any alternative than handing over those children to these adoption agencies. So I talked with this. They always said, okay, I wanted to keep my child, but this because of this, I cannot.
Social
So
taboos and
social tabs.
restrictions.
Even this rape victim also said that time that I will take care of my child. Anyways, this is what happened, and it's not her fault. But she was thrown out from the institution. She was told no. Either she was not given any alternative that she can work and take care of her child. But this is what happened to them, and they knows. And now everybody asked her to keep all these secrets and not share those secrets to their in-laws, current in-laws. So what we expect from them that they will openly accept this? They are accepting, but discreetly and not openly. So socially, till the time we are not removing this taboo of unmarried mother and always keep make responsible women for characterless and child before marriage, that means she is not good and she is vulgar woman and prostitute woman because she is sleeping with a man before marriage. This taboo till the time is not going, situation is going to be the same.
Okay.
We should,
Thank you,
now we
Anjali.
are 21st century and all, still we are stuck
Not
together the
listen.
virginity of women, and they can sleep wherever they want, but women need to be loyal.
ఓకే. థాంక్ యూ అంజలి. ఓవరాల్‌గా చెప్పాలంటే అంజలి ఏం చెప్తున్నారంటే, ఈ అడాప్షన్ ఏజెన్సీస్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో, అరుణ్ కానీ, అంజలి గాని ఎవరైతే పేరెంట్స్ నుంచి లేదా అక్కడ ఏజెన్సీస్ నుంచి తమ సొంత పేరెంట్స్‌ని కలుస్తారో, చాలా మటుకు అన్‌మ్యారీడ్ పేరెంట్స్ మదర్స్ వాళ్ళ పిల్లల్ని చూడడానికి ఆసక్తిగా ఉన్నారు. వాళ్ళు సీక్రెట్‌గా కలుస్తున్నారు గానీ, సోషల్‌గా ఆమోదించలేకపోతున్నారు. ఎందుకంటే, ఇప్పటికీ సొసైటీలో ఆ టాబూ ఉంది. పెళ్ళికి ముందు స్త్రీ గనక ఎవరితో అయినా ఉంటే ఆమె శీలాన్ని, మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు మ్యారేజ్ లైఫ్ అంతా అయిపోయి సెటిల్ అయినాక అంతకుముందు పెళ్ళికి ముందు ఉన్న పిల్లల్ని ప్రైవేట్‌గా కలుస్తున్నారు తప్ప సోషల్‌గా ఇప్పటికి కూడా 21st సెంచరీలో చెప్పుకోలేకపోతున్నారు. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పటికి సొసైటీలో వుమెన్ అలాంటి పని చేసిందంటే ఆమె క్యారెక్టర్ మొత్తాన్ని అసాసినేట్ చేయడము, ఆమె వర్జినిటీతో మొత్తం ఆమె లైఫ్ మొత్తం ఆమె వర్జినిటీ తిరుగుతుంది అన్నటువంటి ఒక పిక్చర్‌ని పోర్ట్రే చేయడం అనేది టాబూస్ ఇప్పటికి పోలేదు. వుమెన్‌కి ఆ ఫ్రీడమ్ ఉంది అని అంజలి గారు చెప్తున్నారు. సో కమింగ్ టు ద ఫైనల్ వన్ అరుణ్. సో త్రూ ఫెడరల్ తెలంగాణ డూ యూ వాంట్ టు సే ఎనీథింగ్ ఆర్ డూ యూ వాంట్ టు కన్వే సంథింగ్ టు అవర్ ఆడియన్స్? ఫైనల్లీ.
I really think that the Indian government and the Indian state, also the Indian states like Telangana and Andhra, they have to really look, because there have been hundreds of children like Sandhya Rani have been sent out really in a criminal manner, legalized, and they all come back and they all have questions: where do I come from? They may be living in the United States and Sweden and Europe or Australia. We all come back and want to know. So I really think that the government should also look into how to help us victims of child trafficking. Actually.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అరుణ్. సో అరుణ్ ఏం చెప్తున్నారంటే ప్రభుత్వాలు కూడా ఈ విషయాల్లో చొరవ చూపించాలి, ప్రోత్సాహం ఇవ్వాలి. ఎందుకంటే చాలా అడాప్షన్ ఏజెన్సీస్‌కి అరుణ్ వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళినప్పుడు ఎటువంటి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇవ్వలేదు, ఫైల్స్ లేవని చెప్తున్నారు. చాలా డిస్కరేజింగ్‌గా ఉన్నారు. సో గవర్నమెంట్ కొంచెం చొరవ తీసుకొని వీళ్ళకి ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాల్సింది ప్రొవైడ్ చేసి సపోర్టివ్‌గా ఉంటే ఎన్నో రీయూనియన్స్ చాలా త్వరగా చేయగలుగుతారు. 17 ఇయర్స్, 10 ఇయర్స్ ఎన్నో ఇయర్స్ పడుతుంది. చాలా సింపుల్‌గా అయిపోతుందని చెప్తున్నారు. హి ఈస్ ఆస్కింగ్ ఫర్ గవర్నమెంట్ హెల్ప్. సో అంజలి, వాట్ డు యూ వాంట్ టు సే ఫైనల్లీ?
Especially for Telangana and Andhra. IPC 317 that time and current, I forgot the section of Bharatiya Danda Nyaya Sanhita. You cannot abandon your child. But it was the Andhra Pradesh that time who started cradle system and asking parents to abandon their girl child. To save girl child, they asked to abandon their girls. Come and abandon your child in this cradle. So, as Lambada community people were killing their girl children, and to save those girl children, they said, "Okay, let's have cradle." That cannot be the answer for this tradition of Lambada community to kill the girls, or people want male child, that's why they are killing girls, or something like that. This cannot be the answer to place cradles. That means you are wiping out the identity of those girls. Already they are in vulnerable situation, and putting these cradles and asking families to have safe abandoned, come and put in those cradle your girl child. That means you are wiping out thousands of girls identity, and then you are placing those children in adoption. Already you are showing that you are not wanted, and again throwing from this country, sending to these foreign countries, saying that country also don't want you, so go away from here. So this is Andhra who started this. Now Telangana,
The,
Andhra.
actually,
So
that was Tamil
I
Nadu. The cradle
Tamil
baby
Nadu
scheme,
also, Jayalalitha
cradle
madam
baby scheme
started
came in
that
Tamil
as well.
Nadu. So
So
what happened?
even the government
What
itself initiated to for this.
Hmm? No,
Even the
Now it's
government
now it's
initiated.
all over.
no, let
ICPS,
me,
under ICPS, they came up with all over India, and now all adoption agencies are placed cradles in front of their institute, and as well as bus stop, police stations, and sarvajanik social places. They have to place those cradles so people can come and dump their children, unwanted children. So
yeah,
this is what this adoption made. Arun said something. Arun wanted to say.
yeah.
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 I mean, the cradle baby scheme, where a baby cradle is put in front of an orphanage, that basically originates in Tamil Nadu and indeed is all over the country now. What happened specifically in Andhra Pradesh is these adoption agencies were going into the Lambada community and were watching out which woman were giving birth to a girl child, and they were basically buying those girl children. Sometimes fabricating the paperwork, sometimes not fabricating the paperwork even. There have been criminal investigations which all not have been fully concluded, or it has never been really looked into how systematic it was done. And what worries me is that Western agencies who uphold human rights so much poured a lot of money into this business in children under the guise of rescuing those children. But this was child trafficking. And the adult adoptees, the victims of these crimes which were systematic, so maybe crime against humanity because it was systematic, even worse than just kidnapping, there is no redress, there's no help for us. There's no help for those who actually want to try to trace the families back. And the paperwork is also scattered all around Andhra Pradesh. So there have been CID investigations, but where are the records?
Okay. Thank you. Arun.
So it's not small up till Sandhya Rani's search. It's really a
Yeah,
big
it's a
issue.
very bigger one, and it's more than joining families and with families with their children. There are more to it actually in between.
Yes.
Things which worries us, which things it's just one moment that they feel happy to see their parents, but in between, even the people who are adopted also they undergo a lot of pain, mental
Yeah.
agony, whatever it is. Okay. Finally, I'll conclude now, Anjali and Arun. So, Anjali, Arun చెప్తుంది ఏంటంటే తమిళనాడులో ఫస్ట్ ఈ క్రాడల్ సిస్టమ్ అనేది తీసుకొచ్చారు. అందులో ఏంటంటే లంబాడా కమ్యూనిటీలో ముఖ్యంగా ఆడపిల్లలు పుట్టినప్పుడు, మగపిల్లాడు కావాలనుకున్నప్పుడు అక్కడితో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ పిల్లల్ని ఇచ్చేయడానికి అనాథాశ్రమాలకి అన్ని చోట్ల ఉయ్యాలో పెట్టేవాళ్ళు. అడాప్షన్ ఏజెన్సీస్ దగ్గర, సోషల్ ప్లేసెస్ దగ్గర, పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ దగ్గర. వాళ్ళనే కాదు ఇప్పటికి కూడా అదే నడుస్తూ ఉంది. ఈవెన్ ఈ అడాప్షన్ ఏజెన్సీస్ ఈ పేపర్ వర్క్ కూడా ఏది ప్రాపర్‌గా చేయకపోవడము, ఈవెన్ దీని మీద తర్వాత ఇన్వెస్టిగేషన్ చేసిన ఏది ప్రాపర్‌గా జరగకపోవడం వల్ల ఎప్పుడైనా మళ్ళీ పేరెంట్స్‌ని కలుసుకోవాలని ఆ పిల్లలు అనుకుంటే కలుసుకునే అవకాశాలు చాలా తగ్గిపోయాయి. అందుకనే ఇది డిఫికల్ట్ అవుతుంది. సో, ఈ పేపర్ వర్క్ అఫీషియల్‌గా ఇది లీగల్‌గా జరగాలి. లీగల్‌గా కనిపిస్తూ ఉందిగా దీంట్లో ఇన్ని లూప్ హోల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆల్ మస్ట్ బి టేకెన్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ అని చెప్తున్నారు అంజలి, అరుణ్ గారు. థాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ అంజలి అండ్ అరుణ్ ఫర్ జాయినింగ్ దిస్ అండ్ ఎన్లైటనింగ్ ఆన్ దిస్. With this we conclude this discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hope you will join more and more families and bring laughter on their faces as well. Okay? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.